The golden age of humanity had ended, leaving the emperor of mankind a shattered ruin, eternally entombed upon the golden throne. For 10 millennia, his broken body endured, a living sacrifice powering the Astronomicon and holding back the warp. His consciousness was fragmented, locked in endless psychic warfare, and hope was a distant memory. But what if, amidst his profound suffering, the emperor inexplicably gained the healing factor of a Wolverine? Not just regeneration, but a primal, relentless will to mend, to rebuild from the brink of annihilation. The first tremor of impossible healing. It began subtly. Tech priests and custodes initially dismissed the changes, but microscopic sensors soon detected anomalous cellular regeneration. Skin, once withered, gained elasticity. Atrophied muscle fibers showed metabolic activity. This wasn't decay. It was aggressive biological repair, baffling Imperial science. The Emperor's psychic signature began to subtly shift, a flicker of nascent vitality, replacing crushing sorrow. The slow, agonizing return. The healing was not instantaneous or painless. Wolverine's factor rebuilt a body ravaged by 10 millennia of destruction, held together by ancient tech and psychic will. It was a cosmic battle for every cell. The Golden Throne's mechanism screamed under the strain, and the psychic dampers groaned as the Emperor's mind thrashed against its bonds, repairing itself. The Astronomicon began to fluctuate, causing disorientation for navigators. On Terra, the High Lords watched in awe and fear. The ecclesiarchy found its dogma shaken as the Emperor's flesh visibly mended. Over years, his limbs thickened with regrowing muscle. His skin regained a healthy pallor. Ancient wounds knitted together. His eyes, though still closed, flickered with internal light. The psychic scream he constantly emitted coalesced into immense, focused power. The Golden Throne, once a coffin, became a crucible of rebirth. The Emperor enhanced, beyond restoration. When the Emperor finally stirred, it was with a psychic roar that reverberated across the galaxy, silencing demonic legions and overwhelming psychers. His eyes blazed with a golden light, ancient yet terrifyingly new. His physical form was not merely restored, it was enhanced. The healing factor had optimized every cell. His physical strength amplified, his senses honed to an impossible degree, perceiving subtle warp currents in distant Xenos. His psychic might saw the most significant enhancement. The healing factor purged scar tissue and repaired neural pathways, unlocking latent potential. His control over the warp became absolute. He could manifest energy constructs, warp reality, and project his consciousness across light years without the Astronomicon's aid. Though he maintained the link, the Webway project, once a shattered dream, now seemed a trivial undertaking. He radiated pure, unadulterated power, a golden tempest that purified the air and sent even custodians to their knees. He was no longer just the Emperor. He was the Imperator Invictus, a living god, sculpted by suffering and reborn through impossible regeneration. A galaxy in uproar, the new Crusade. The galaxy erupted. The Imperium of man was thrown into chaos and revelation. The High Lords of Terra crumbled, consumed by infighting and terror. The ecclesiarchy either fractured or transformed into a new, terrifyingly fanatical zealotry. Crusades, once grim necessities, became wars of zealous conquest, amplified by the knowledge that the Emperor walked. Chaos reacted with unbridled fury and terror. The great game of the Chaos Gods was utterly disarrayed as their greatest triumph was undone. Desperate demonic incursions erupted as the ruinous powers tried to extinguish this light. Traitor Astartes felt cold dread as the Emperor's psychic presence, now razor-sharp, hunted them. Xeno species felt the shift acutely. The Necrons registered a new, immensely powerful psychic signature. The Tyranids subtly altered course, drawn yet wary. The Eldari felt a cataclysmic shift, their prophecies wavering, some seeing visions of the golden nova consuming all. The Emperor, no longer confined, stood fully restored and enhanced. His first commands were concise. He sought to cleanse. The great scouring was renewed, led by a living god. Psychers found their powers amplified. Space Marines felt unbreakable resolve, and the tide of war turned. The Imperium became a terrifying, unstoppable force of divine wrath. The new burden. Yet, Even with a resurrected, enhanced emperor, the galaxy remained grim. His healing factor made him virtually indestructible, but not omniscient. He couldn't be everywhere at once, or instantly undo 10 millennia of entrenched rot. The scars remained etched on the Imperium soul. Corruption, inefficiency, superstition, and vastness. His presence, while inspiring, also created new cults, schisms, and terrifying fanaticism. The price of his power was immense. Constant regeneration required astronomical energy, primarily drawn from the Golden Throne and Astronomicon. This meant fewer resources for other projects and a constant drain on psychic infrastructure. The galaxy gained an active, living god, but the war for its soul was far from over. It had merely entered its most terrifying, glorious, and utterly brutal new chapter. The future was no longer stagnant despair, but a golden inferno of unyielding conquest.